The following lucha is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, the human asteroid, Neon!
MLW Nation has sold out Chicago once again, and we kick things off with Lucha. Well, last week we saw Alex Hammerstone ruin one of the most highly anticipated MLW World Title matches in ages. Tonight, all three men are here. Riddle wants revenge, Killer Kross wants answers, and then there's the fallen franchise Alex Hammerstone. He takes on the legendary Ultimo Guerrero here on Fusion. You're watching because you choose violence.
Opponent, Soberano Jr.
They call him El Príncipe del Ring. The Prince of the Ring, Soberano Jr. is a third-generation star. He takes his name from his grandfather, actually, but an 18-year pro who has wrestled all over the world since he was a young teenager. A background not just in Lucha Libre, but also in the bodybuilding world as well. So certainly one of those luchadors that may be known for his agility, but packs a lot of power on his frame as well. Our first look at Soberano Jr. in a Major League Wrestling ring. Former CMLL World Middleweight Champion, Mexican National Welterweight Champion. But Neon has accomplished so much in a short amount of time as well. Won the 2025 Reyes del Aire and Leyenda de Plata competitions. Also 1/3 of the Trios champions with Máscara Dorada and Místico. And Tom, we've seen before here in Major League Wrestling programming how Místico has said, Neon, you've got something special. You need to mature, you need to grow, and we can one day be a tag team. That's happened. They're teaming in Mexico right now, so Neon's rapid rise has continued, even while we haven't seen him necessarily in a Major League ring every week.
Yeah, Neon, one of the best young high flyers, one of the best young wrestlers on the planet. But Soberano not impressed early on.
Not at all. Soberano is the veteran of the two. And just as quick in many respects as Neon, but Neon able to turn things around, rapid revolutions with the Tijeras. Rapid fire feeling out process early on in this contest. And a show of respect from Soberano Jr. as well as this packed crowd here at Cicero Stadium. Sold out for many, many weeks leading up to matchups like this. And certainly a very deep-rooted, passionate Lucha Libre fan base here in Chicago, just as in many parts of the United States.
You mentioned Soberano respecting Neon. I'm not sure Soberano respects anybody in there, based on his demeanor that I've seen so far.
Well, we'll see if Neon can change that and earn some respect as he soars through. Almost an elbow suicida as Neon led with an offensive charge that absolutely rocked El Príncipe del Ring. And almost sent the guardrails crashing over with that impact. Neon's not done yet.
Yeah, looks like he's firing up for another dive, Joe.
Soberano is out on his feet. I'm not sure if he's aware of what's happening. Now he is. Maybe possum by Soberano to lure the youngster in, to bait him. Neon has been so explosive, so rapid in his offense every time we've seen him. And if Soberano's a bit more poised and measured and has that veteran mentality, that could be a cause of Neon crashing and burning, which so far has worked well for the veteran.
Yeah, is Soberano Jr. ever measured? He just landed one kick that scrambled Neon's brains over here against the guardrail, and that's all that it took. Now he's over there kissing women in the crowd.
Un beso for Soberano. Neon back in the ring. Oh, hey! Tom, some people choose violence in MLW. Once in a while, you got to choose love, too, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
What are you suggesting to me, Joe?
I'm suggesting Soberano.
I'm a married man.
I didn't mean you had to go up there with Soberano. You could. I wouldn't stop you. But certainly making a great impression here. Many of these fans at Cicero Stadium, they know their CMLL. They know what Soberano's all about. And there you see that flex.
Yeah, Neon knows what Soberano Jr. is all about right now, too. He knows exactly how much he weighs, how tall he is, what shoe size he has.
Bodybuilding background, and certainly, Tom, when you have somebody with this kind of power behind him that still can move this quickly, sometimes it can throw you off in the realms of a fight, right?
Oh, it sure can. You're not expecting the strength and power out of somebody that moves, quite frankly, so elegantly as Soberano Jr. does. But that's exactly what we have here, the complete package.
Elegantly is a great word to describe it.
Oh, look at why is Neon doing this? What a jerk.
Doing what?
He's giving the bird to the crowd.
That's at the behest and the force of Soberano Jr., who kicks that inner thigh. And that's going to affect the mobility of the young human asteroid. On a night where we will see another Lucha Libre legend, Ultimo Guerrero, set for action one-on-one with Alex Hammerstone. Scarlett Bordeaux is here for one-on-one competition. Certainly, she's riding high with Killer Kross's world title reign. But Soberano launched high in his own right, courtesy of the leg strike of Neon.
And Neon is not finished. Soberano Jr. set up on the outside. Uh-oh!
To be called hero!
Crush Soberano Jr. up against the guardrail.
Well, both these men battling to impress MLW's championship committee, promoters from around the world watching this. You know, these men and a whole lot more would love a crack at Kushida's middleweight title. And it's hard to argue.
Imagine if Tex Rickard could have promoted this fight.
Tex Rickard.
They were all lining up. Everybody would line up to promote this battle.
Well,
look at this.
Certainly, I'd watch this time and time again. Any city we went to. Carissa Rivera's watching this match closely. We know she's made very clear overtures that she wants to sign a major star. Perhaps it's someone in this matchup. Time will tell. And there you see, up and over. Gabangiri by Neon connects. Soberano. Nice drop kick. Soberano able to score. And caught Neon out of midair. Could the air rush out of him? 2.5. Oh, man. And you see the body language, Tom, a lot more desperation out of Neon that time.
Yeah, well, Soberano is connected with some high-impact offense, as we've seen. Maybe not as plentiful as Neon, but certainly as effective was that drop kick.
Soberano has done big things in Mexico as of late, an emerging main eventer in the CMLL scene, and certainly has his reputation as a dastardly rudo, and bringing a lot of that aggression here to Neon in force tonight in his MLW debut.
Yeah, he may be a rudo, but he has his own legion of fans.
Oh, sure.
As you can see, there's plenty of people who respect and love what they see out of Soberano Jr. in there, and I'm one of them.
But again, keep in mind Neon's meteoric rise, trios champion with Místico of all people. Code red and a kick out.
A meteoric fall there from Soberano Jr.
Oh, but Neon has almost been awakened. We've seen this kid show so much guts and heart and courage over his past several months. Anytime he's been in the major league, with a poise well beyond his years. Soberano trying to overpower Neon, jumps right up to his level. Springs off with a tijeras! Will this be a big win for Neon? And a kick out.
Unbelievable agility and balance out of Neon to complete that Hurricane Rana off the ropes multiple times.
This kid is impressive. Still, in the formative years of his career, Neon's nowhere near as good as he's gonna be, and that is about as big of an endorsement as I can get, because he's pretty special right here and now. Oh, nice step power slam. Soberano showing that strength, but Neon slides the shoulder up in the nick of time.
There he is, Don Gato, the legend himself.
Don Gato looking on approvingly. He's got the finest tequila, he's got the finest lucha libre. What more would you want from sitting atop your throne here at Cicero Stadium?
A little bit of distance from you.
Well, he's got that, he's way up there. Here comes a big time delayed suplex. And a second time, Soberano hangs on with it. Neon fights out of harm's way. Oh, Soberano hung out to dry. Nowhere to go.
Precarious position to say the least.
Builds the momentum and the double stomp to the base of the spine. Neon gets a near fall. What a battle this has been. Incredible lucha libre action you'll only get here in the U.S. courtesy of Major League Wrestling, as Soberano got the feet up.
But Neon counters.
Incredible recuperative skill, but a kick out again by Soberano.
Caught him running in with the C4. Neon with a great near fall. And now which man can recover faster?
That's the question.
Both men in fantastic shape, as you could tell, just by looking at each of them.
Soberano looking to make an emphatic first impression. Neon looking to continue this incredible ride he has been on in Major League Wrestling, where he's won over the fans in every city he's been. Soberano from the top toward Neo, but Neon rolls with the momentum and nearly trapped the veteran.
Picture perfect tornado by Soberano Jr., but an even better counter.
What a fight, cradles him in a victory roll, but not enough.
Counter after counter.
Soberano shaking his finger, no, he's not right. Oh, hey! Manipulating the official. Blatant foul.
Oh, right on top of his head. Spiked him.
Soberano takes it like the true Rudo he is.
Here is your winner, Jr.
Well, it's been a chaotic, lawless environment in recent weeks, and Soberano may fit in real well in the Major League. I'm not going to condone it. I'm not going to say I'm proud of it, but I am going to say Soberano lived up to his reputation in every sense of the word.
You may not say you liked it, you may not say you're proud of it, but I enjoyed it, and I am proud of that man, because that was a fantastic performance against another fantastic luchador, and he, Soberano Jr., is walking away with his hand raised, Joe, something you would know nothing about.
Lucha Libre excellence is something we all know about here in Major League Wrestling, on full display this week on Fusion. Shotzi scores! She's got the leg hook! We have a new champion on Fusion!
Well, now that I've got gold, it's time I hunt some monsters.
The tank is rolling and the hunt begins, but what exactly is Shotzi's monster hunt? Don't worry, Shotzi just wants a souvenir. While you won't need to hunt very hard to find MLW World Champion Killer Kross, he is here tonight, no doubt seething after what happened at the end of his world title match a week ago. But he'll no doubt be watching proudly as his better half, the Smoke Show, Scarlett Bordeaux, enters action later tonight here on Fusion. Breaking news from the MLW offices, we have just learned Blue Panther has accepted the challenge of Austin Aries.
Blue Panther holds the National Openweight Championship, and that's a title that I want around my waist.
It's no secret that Austin Aries has been on an absolute tear, but is that any match for the 4+ decades of lucha royalty that is the National Openweight Champion Blue Panther? There won't be a better stage to settle him than the historic MLW Fusion 200 next week.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing CONTRA Unit, Shigeo Okamura.
It's been very apparent CONTRA has been in acquisition mode in recent weeks. Okamura, Kushida, two of the newest members, who have added an extra sense of danger. More rampant attacks, more victims claimed, Cesar and Selena out of the picture, and a mysterious shadowy serpent controlling the chaos from afar.
His opponent, weighing in at 180 pounds, Victor Iniestra.
Well, young Victor Iniestra, local competitor from here in the Chicago area, looking to test himself against a 20+ year veteran in Okamura. But my question, Tom, what kind of an Okamura are we going to get? This is the first time we've seen him in combat since CONTRA has recruited and apparently transformed this once beloved legend.
Yeah, and if what we've seen now out of Kushida is any indication, we're going to see a vicious Okamura.
Kick out by Iniestra early on. It was Kushida successfully defending the middleweight title against Alan Angels a week ago, but Okamura influential in that result, certainly. We have seen CONTRA certainly re-energized and regrow their numbers, whether it's been Bala Thunder, Simon Gotch, Kushida, Akira Kwan, Okamura. Ever since Mads Krul Kruger decided to not take any more missions from the serpent running that cabal, those soldiers that once stood by his side, perhaps eliminated him from the major league for good. And as a result, now the CONTRA numbers more dangerous and more plentiful than maybe ever before as Okamura gets another near fall, and we're seeing more aggression, we're seeing more physicality. And Tom, think about this. I mean, former two-time MLW World Tag Team Champion, former CML World Trios Champion. He's competed in New Japan, All over this world. Okamura's accomplished. He didn't need to change a thing, but CONTRA got to him, and we're seeing a more sadistic and more violent Okamura, and that's a quick submission.
Yeah, Okamura sitting down right on the lower back and wrenching away on the jaw to get the submission. He wasted no time asserting himself as a new soldier in the CONTRA unit.
No absence of malice, no remorse, no care for his opponent. It's not about competition anymore. It's about spreading pain, carrying out a mission, and making this serpent pulling the strings happy. And with that middleweight title, and with the numbers CONTRA has, it may be only a matter of time before they're back on top of the major league in every way possible. Satoshi Kojima, a true founding father of Major League Wrestling, a legend, honor for a lifetime of excellence. But respect doesn't stop violence. At Battle Riot, CONTRA Unit struck. No warning, no mercy. Now, Kojima returns in just 2 weeks on MLW Fusion.
Violento y agresivo, Ultimo Guerrero.
Ultimo Guerrero going high risk.
You can hear the reverence, the respect these fans have. Ultimo Guerrero, 5-time trio champion, 6-time tag. The Guerrero Special! And this is why Ultimo's had the staying power for 35 years in the sport. a Lucha legend, a former MLW Openweight champion. But is the decades of lore of Ultimo Guerrero enough to overcome the bitterness and rage that lives inside Hammerstone? We'll find out later tonight. Plus, the MLW Women's Champion, Shotzi Blackheart, has promised a monster hunt, and we're along for the mission tonight. But up next, one of the women with her eyes on Shotzi's title, Scarlett Bordeaux, brings the smoke show to Cicero Stadium. That's next.
We gotta find Riddle before this whole situation blows up.
What's up, buddy? Keeping my MLW championship warm for me?
Dude, you gotta stop doing that. That's stressing me out.
Stop doing what? You know that you're just keeping that, you're just holding that for me. And honestly, I had you beat, I had you dead to rights last time. If it wasn't for Hammerstone.
Yeah. You blame Hammerstone. You know that I had you in the choke and you were going out.
I would have got out. I would have got out and I would have beat you. And right now I'd be the current MLW heavyweight championship. But because of Hammerstone, I'm not. So I'm gonna take care of that piece of trash and beat him, break him, and make sure he never steps in my way again.
I know, and I know that's what you're thinking, and I wanted to come here and talk to you. Listen, I've known this guy longer than you. I've known him for a long time. I'm telling you, Matt, this is not a regular match. This is not another Riddle versus Hammerstone. He's not coming in to win. He's coming in to hurt you. And I know that you have a greater skill set than him, but this guy is good and he's very strong. He's stronger than the both of us, and he can athlete out of a lot of stuff that most people can't. You understand?
Let me cut you off. No disrespect. But technically, Hammerstone is stronger and bigger than both of us. Correct. But technically, I'm 10 times the fighter, 10 times the athlete, and 10 times the champion. And that is why I'm going to beat the brakes, beat the tar out of Alex Hammerstone. And after I'm done with that little mess of a man, I'm coming back for that championship. And there is nothing you can do about it.
I'm gonna hit him.
No.
Come on.
Not right now. Not right now.
You gonna listen to her?
We can deal with you later.
Oh.
I've got some stuff to do.
I just hope nothing bad happens to you.
Thanks. Hope nothing bad happens to you, bro.
Matt, this isn't a joke with Hammerstone.
And I'm coming for that championship.
Just think about what I said, all right?
Toodles.
Alex Hammerstone completely destroyed our main event a week ago between Killer Kross and Matt Riddle. What will Hammer do this week when he goes one-on-one in official in-ring action against fellow former Openweight champion, the legendary Ultimo Guerrero? We'll find out. Speaking of championship pictures, MLW will soon introduce a new title, honoring the blood, the sweat, and swagger of the rich history of Southern wrestling. And with MLW's newest title, the Southern Crown Championship, everyone is banging on the league's front doors in Charleston, South Carolina, wanting in on getting a crack at being the inaugural champion.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, the Smoke Show, Scarlett Bordeaux.
This is a Duchess of Destruction, a Siren of Sin, the right hand of Kross, who is with him every step of the way in that movement from overlooked to now a world heavyweight champion. And Scarlett's amassed a resume all her own to be impressed by, undefeated since returning to the major league.
And her opponent, Blair Onyx.
Kross is a marked man with his MLW World Championship reign that he still enjoys today, but certainly Scarlett is becoming more and more of a target in her own right. And when you think about how stacked the women's division is, there are no shortage of competitors that could knock Scarlett down a peg.
No, that's exactly what Blair Onyx wants to do. I'm sure she's seen all the media that Scarlett's been doing. I'm sure she's seen Scarlett on TV shows doing interviews, and she wants that spotlight for herself.
Of course, later tonight, Hammerstone in action against Ultimo Guerrero, and certainly, whoa. Check out that counter by Blair Onyx, and I've followed Blair on the regional circuit for a number of years, and certainly she's very enigmatic in her own right, and there's really no comparison I can draw between her and any other athlete. And Scarlett,
what can you draw?
I'm not sure if she has figured out, well, not much. That's why you're here to draw, Tom. But be that as it may, Blair, if Scarlett can't figure out quickly, we could see that upset. And could Hammerstone's presence be renting space in Scarlett's mind after Hammerstone ruined that world title matchup? Quick 2 count there between Kross and Riddle a week ago. And Scarlett doing whatever it takes.
She may have caught, I think she caught the inside of the thigh with that kick.
Certainly did, and caught Blair off guard.
Yeah, that can certainly send the pain shooting through your leg. Stop your momentum.
Smoke Show can feel it as she charges him with a hip attack.
Oh, but wait a minute, Blair's biting her.
Oh.
She had a cheek full of cheek.
Nothing worse than a spider bite. As Blair Onyx not going to be intimidated. Went on the offensive.
Oh. What are we seeing, Joe?
We are seeing somebody who's looking to make a career statement. And Scarlett rolls her up.
Yeah, the more time this goes, the more likely I think it is she may catch her off guard with something. She's unorthodox to say the least.
Yeah, Scarlett, I'm not sure if she was fully prepared for what Blair brings to the table, but there's no way you can prepare for that DDT of Scarlett Bordeaux. And now Scarlett takes over.
Oh, we've seen this before.
Yeah, the mind games, the stalking, the measuring, and now the Scarlett Letter. And you can forget about this.
Here is your winner, the Smoke Show, Scarlett Bordeaux.
Well, maybe Scarlett came into this fight with a little bit of Hammerstone on the brain, maybe Riddle on the brain. Let's face it, Kross and Scarlett are marked individuals. The bottom line is, once Scarlett was able to force her hand, the Smoke Show showed why she foretells destruction, and more often than not, always delivers.
And what a better place to do it than right here in her hometown of Chicago. The Smoke Show setting Cicero on 5-alarm blades.
Keep your eyes on the women's division. Scarlett Bordeaux still undefeated in Major League Wrestling. Major news I have just been informed of concerning next week's already stacked MLW Fusion 200. The legend himself, Místico, has been signed for action. His opponent is the only man to ever pin him in an MLW ring. Templario, Lucha Libre excellence will be on tap next week. But first, we are going on a monster hunt. MLW Women's Champion Shotzi Blackheart is actually an experienced ghost hunter who has investigated such famous haunts as Hinsdale House, Penhurst Asylum, and the Goldfield Hotel. Tonight, however, she is chasing her most terrifying quarry yet, and we'll see it next. In October 2023, Major League Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling entered into an historic alliance. A bold new chapter built on competition, respect, and global ambition. Since then, fans have witnessed unforgettable clashes across continents, dream matches realized, and the triumphant return of Satoshi Kojima, reclaiming championship glory and reminding the world exactly who he is. Now, MLW owner Court Bauer is in Japan for high-level meetings surrounding a major new project. What could be on the horizon for MLW and New Japan? It might just be something fantastica.
Hello, creeps and freaks. This is my monster hunt. I am Shotzi Blackheart, and I have hunted down all kinds of spirits, ghosts, demons, and skinwalkers. But today, I have the most terrifying treat of them all. I am hunting down the most terrifying, vile monster of them all, Mads Cruel Kruger. Come with me if you dare. You know, Contra thinks they are so slick, but I've figured them out. I know where they have disposed of their victims. Look, come here. You see that? That is a Contra flag. Just what I thought. Let's get them. I was right. It's a Contra flag. Do you smell that? It smells like death. That's a heavy monster. It's Mads Cruel Kruger. He's dead. Well, he's no good to me dead. Give me my bag. Oh, isn't this beautiful? Oh, I got something. It's time to wake up a monster. It's alive! It's alive! Yes! Yes!
The monster lives, and if I'm a member of CONTRA Unit, I'm looking over my shoulder any chance I get. Right now, time for our main event as we send it back to the ring.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, Alex Hammerstone.
You are looking at the face of a fallen franchise. Someone that I, Tom, used to look up to as the face, the leader, the franchise player of Major League Wrestling. But in recent months, we've seen bitterness, we've seen hatred, we've seen a transformed, frustrated athlete who listened to MJF, of all people, his former Dynastic Pro, who gave him the life advice to embrace that hate that lives in his heart. And the Hammer we see today is a shell of what we once saw as far as what he stands for.
He sure has embraced it. This is a different man than we have seen before. The Destroyer Hammerstone here. Now, we've seen him in that American garb before, but he's doing it simply to get under the ire of the fans here tonight.
Yeah, the fans and his opponent, because Hammer has had contempt for a specific few since his return, and his opponent is one of them.
His opponent, from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 95 kilos, Ultimo.
disrespected, that he was being shunned, that something that should rightfully still be his was in the possession of someone, in Hammer's mind, undeserving, unworthy, less than, and Ultimo's been a target of Hammer ever since.
Imagine thinking that Ultimo Guerrero doesn't deserve to be a champion. This man has been a champion around the world for decades.
Some 35 plus years in competition. It is your main event tonight here on Fusion. The scorn, the ugliness of Hammerstone against the fight, the desire of the legend Ultimo Guerrero.
You can see on that lockup, Ultimo Guerrero actually able to dig in his feet a little bit and push Hammer back a step before Hammer threw him off.
Sold out Cicero Stadium here in Chicago, Illinois, gave Ultimo the hero's welcome on the way out here, a deafening ovation, and Ultimo will need every single soul in this building to propel him through the spitefulness of the powerhouse Hammerstone, who's going for the mask.
Don't do it, Hammer. Nobody wants to see that.
Oh, he's got the mask on.
Oh, put it back on, please.
The ultimate disrespect. And we've seen Ultimo certainly compete without the mask, but the symbolism of that, of removing someone's identity, removing something sacred that they had built their entire career, it's Hammerstone telling every single Lucha Libre fan here, I don't respect you and I don't respect your heroes.
No, Hammerstone showing no respect for the fans' vision either. Now we have to look at this grotesque being.
Okay, can you show some respect to Ultimo Guerrero, please? There's no reason for you to act like Hammer.
He's a great fighter.
Hammerstone. Oh, was enjoying taking it out of Guerrero's hide too much. And Ultimo making Hammerstone feel. Why Ultimo is so timeless. And Hammer wasn't ready for that. And Tom, it seemed to me that on many occasions, Hammer's temper sometimes gets the better of him. I think it allowed Ultimo the smallest of openings to turn this thing around.
Yeah, all it takes is 1 second.
Whoa.
Oh, and Hammerstone hit his head on the back of the guardrail.
Baseball slide drop kick scores. And listen to these people.
The champ could be looking at retaining the title right here.
Ultimo has Hammer at bay, and certainly Hammer so much on his mind. We saw him involve himself in that Killer Kross Matt Riddle title match a week ago. Ruined the moment for everybody. Wait a minute, Ultimo from way up high, plancha to Hammer.
And again, Joe, Hammerstone hitting the back of his head on that guardrail due to the offense from Ultimo Guerrero, who is back in control of this matchup.
Yeah, the offense of Ultimo and the sheer size of Hammer, just nowhere to go out there. They are packed into Cicero Stadium, and not a bad seat in the house as Ultimo sends Hammerstone back into the ring.
That's a compound interest. Ultimo coming off the top with all that weight. Hammerstone's mass driving backwards, and both of them crashing into the guardrail. And Hammerstone, he needs a breather right now.
Out by us.
Oh, or he's drawn in the veteran.
And into the post. Look out, we're seeing that primal rage come out of Hammerstone. A powerbomb. Oh, what a sick powerbomb on the frame of that ring. No respect, no remorse from the bitter fallen franchise with hatred coursing through his heart.
Powerbombed him right in the worst part of the body, the L5 S1 vertebrae down in the lower back. Ultimo Guerrero is going to be feeling that one in his lower extremities.
Oh, what a kick to the butt of the jaw.
gonna be feeling it over his whole body from this attack from Hammerstone.
There's a massive welt on the side of the back. Look out, look out! Jesus! Look out, they're out here. They're destroying a timer table. Hammer doesn't give a damn about anybody or anything out here. And we're boxed in. There's nowhere we can go that's safe.
Certainly no respect for Ultimo Guerrero, no respect for the surroundings here in Cicero Stadium.
Ultimo Guerrero looks seriously hurt, and the bitter Hammerstone is relentless. Can the Lucha legend find a way to hang on? We'll find out. Stay with us. Back on Fusion, it appears Ultimo Guerrero has weathered the storm of the onslaught of Hammerstone in your main event, but Hammerstone catches the legend coming in, and that raw power of Hammer drills Guerrero with a chokeslam. This could be all, and a kick out. Hammerstone has been absolutely merciless, but Guerrero refuses to stay down. My God.
Ultimo Guerrero fighting his way back up. Look at the resolve on this man, on the legend.
Hammer charges through with a clothesline. Hammer can be calculated, he can be cold, he can be a master strategist if he keeps his temper at bay.
Much easier said than done.
These people may raise the ire of Hammer.
Anything raises his ire lately.
No doubt. Hammer feels like he should be entitled to everything he once held, but it's a different MLW than it was a few years ago. And Ultimo looking for the Guerrero special. Face first. Is Ultimo gonna pin Hammer? He's done it. Oh! Close.
Hammerstone kicking out of the gourd buster off the ropes. But does he have what it takes to get back on top of this matchup? He's going to turn the tides here, Joe.
And certainly, you can count on maybe one hand the amount of men that have done something similar to that to Hammerstone.
That's 300 pounds that he lifted up there. He held him suspended in the air before driving him down face first.
It's incredible core strength by Ultimo. Oh no! Hammer, damn it!
Not like this, come on!
Nightmare pendulum after that!
Oh!
How can you be proud of this? How can you be proud of this?
Here is your winner, Alex Hammerstone.
This man does not care what he has to do to get it done.
Well, maybe in Hammerstone's mind, one notched off the list. A former national champion, a title that Hammerstone was the first to hold. But man, I can't get over what we just saw, because once upon a time, the franchise that was Hammer would have never won a match like that. Rich Bocchini standing by.
Well, I'm joined here by Matt Riddle, and I gotta say, you and Killer Kross, a couple of big battles, and boy, there's a lot of talk about a third matchup, a trilogy. What do you say to that?
I mean, I'm all about another shot at getting my championship. And if it wasn't for this piece of trash, bloated, looking like garbage, costing me that match, you'd be looking at the curve.
Oh, it doesn't take much to get Hammer pissed off. Riddle's still upset about a week ago, and they're gonna fight, and everybody in the place steps between them.
What else do you expect? You can't let these guys in the same building, let alone within 6 feet of each other. We needed security out there before this started.
Riddle beat Hammer to the punch and then open contract, and Hammer will never forgive him.
They created this atrocity. They thought they could control it.
What the hell, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell? Oh my Lord, chokeslam Riddle on top of Dijak.
serpent found out there are some things that cannot be controlled.
Where I go now, I go alone.
They decided to kill the monster they created. Or so they thought.
Look, come here. You see that? That is a Contra flag.
And now, the atrocity is reborn.
Wrestling is on the air. This is Fusion. Joe Dombrowski and filthy Tom Lawler here. And ever since Fusion came back, it has been a groundswell of incredible support. And the action rolls on here tonight.
I cannot wait to see what we have in store tonight on MLW Fusion, the home of the best action that you will find anywhere on planet Earth.
And tonight, Tom, it is extra special because this evening we celebrate a milestone here at MLW Fusion that very few television programs get to achieve. We are proud to bring you the 200th episode of MLW Fusion. All of the athletes, the championships, the epic seen along the way, 199 episodes strong, all builds to the action you're going to see tonight, including Mexico's greatest luchador of the 21st century, Místico, going one-on-one with one of his top rivals, Templario. But first, we serve up an MLW national title fight.
MLW has a title called the National Openweight Title. And right now, it is held by a legend, Blue Panther. So if you still got some wrinkled, snaggy cojones between those legs of yours, amigo, sign the contract and defend your title against the one, the only, Austin Aries.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the MLW National Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 202 pounds, the one, the only, Austin Aries.
Austin Aries at a confrontation with the protege of his opponent, Diego Hill, and had some very questionable comments to make about Blue Panther, Diego's mentor. It did not go well.
Joe, what? Give the man his time.
Do I have to?
The floor is Austin Aries.
He doesn't speak enough.
Tonight, I will humanely put down the legendary Blue Panther. Tonight, if Diego Hill pays attention, I will teach him what it takes to become a champion, because tonight I will become the MLW National Openweight Champion. And the second I do, let it be known that that will be the greatest championship in all of professional wrestling. Because the championship does not make the man. The man makes the championship. And there's no greater professional wrestler than the one, the only, Austin Aries.
And his opponent, accompanied to the ring by Diego Hill from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 92 kilos. He is the current reigning and defending MLW National Champion, Blue Panther!
The timeless legend, 47 years strong. Blue Panther still showing he competes at the utmost of the top level, defeating Ultimo Guerrero a number of months ago in historic Arena, Mexico, to become the national champion of Major League Wrestling. And certainly Blue Panther wasn't going to sit idly by and let Austin Aries make those disparaging remarks about Panther, about Diego Hill, or about Lucha Libre as a whole. There you see the prize. Aries has been very outspoken about wanting MLW gold. He went very far in the Opera Cup last year. Aries, a career resurgence all his own. I'm not going to defend his outlook on life or the way he disrespects legends or his comments denouncing Lucha Libre as a whole. But bottom line is, he's a big-time player in the MLW top 10. Can't take that away. Aries calls himself the one, the only, and let's be thankful of that.
Well, there's only one Blue Panther.
Yeah.
As well.
He's, of course, Diego Hill watching intently on the outside. Panther's been so giving of his time, his knowledge, has mentored and helped train Diego Hill both here in the States and down in Mexico. And Aries had the gall, the temerity to tell Diego, you're not going to learn anything from Blue Panther.
Well, why is Diego Hill out here? This is a one-on-one contest, Joe.
It's a learning experience.
Does he have a manager's license?
I did not check him for a manager. Do you think Diego Hill's the one to not be trusted out here? Out of everybody you see on the screen now, you're worried about Diego?
Well, look at this sportsmanship from Austin Aries. You could tell Blue Panther wasn't at his best there. He was down on his knees, and he gave him a second to recover.
How is grandstanding up and down the ring frame sportsmanship? Aries loves to be their center of attention, no matter how he gets there. Nice takedown. Panther used a leverage move to get that top wrist lock, and Aries quickly to the ropes.
A beautiful technique that Aries was not prepared for, and that's not something you often see.
Blue Panther is so respected. It's a little bit of a cliche, but it's true. Blue Panther has probably forgotten more about Lucha Libre than most people could ever hope to know. I think many would say they never expected him at this stage in his career to win a globally recognized championship like the MLW National Championship title belt. Here comes Austin Aries out of the corner. Side headlock takeover.
We talked about Austin Aries having a career resurgence, but really Blue Panther has had a career resurgence as well since gaining this national Openweight title from Ultimo Guerrero.
An Austin Aries staple and soaks in the emotion of these fans. Don't go anywhere. MLW Fusion continues after this. Welcome back to MLW Fusion. Aries has not lost a step. He is as good or better now as any of his world title reigns you want to pinpoint.
Austin Aries is now firmly in control, landing chop after chop to the exposed chest of Blue Panther.
Aries the southpaw, and certainly in battle, that can be an advantage all its own, right?
And how many more chops can the heart of Blue Panther take?
Oh, well, Blue Panther is all heart, I guarantee you that. Aries mocking these fans. And Panther sent in, but check this out! Springboard crossbody! Aries never saw it coming. Panther to his feet. And having his way, the left arm close line second time. Aries never saw this coming.
And even though Aries has been in control, as you said, Blue Panther has been able to catch him off guard multiple times and get something going.
Panther's getting in impactful offense without a lot of unnecessary movement on his part. And Aries hits the floor and very hard.
He's favoring that left arm, which does not bode well for his striking ability. Oh!
Somersault senton by Panther!
And Aries may have hit his head on the floor, maybe up against the guardrail. I couldn't tell, but he was holding the back of his neck.
Yeah, Panther may have hit hard as well, but if so, I don't think he wants anyone to realize, at least not Austin Aries to.
No, he's got to ride that momentum of adrenaline and try to make a cover, but Aries, oh so smart, rolls all the way to the outside. And what is Diego Hill doing? That's well within the rules for Austin Aries to roll outside and take his 20 count. What is Diego Hill doing?
Well, maybe Austin Aries should stay out of Panther's corner. A second somersault. Oh, but Aries out of the way, and Panther crashed into his own protege.
Why would Diego Hill do that?
What? Diego just telling Aries, you can't talk your trash now, and unfortunately, he paid for it. And Diego's hurt, Panther's hurt as well, and Aries charges through with a heat-seeking missile.
And that one landed right on target.
And Aries looking exceptional thus far, much as we've seen many a time since his return to the ring, as Panther hung up back and neck on that ring cable.
Take a look around the Cicero Stadium, Joe. Look at the people. They're shocked at what they're seeing.
Aries hits the IED.
They're shocked at seeing the legend dominated by Austin Aries.
Wait a minute. Aries into the last chancery. Submission attempt, center of the ring.
Could the legend lose his title right here?
Aries could cap off an exceptional return to the ring with a national title win. Panther has nowhere to go.
Is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap?
Panther is breathing slowly.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
New champion.
Here is your winner and new MLW National Champion, the one, the only, Austin Aries.
Many of these fans are shocked. They are stunned. They are emotional. They just saw a hero they grew up idolizing pass out courtesy of Austin Aries, who's not done yet.
What? Blue Panther must have been saying something awful.
He's going for the mask. He's going for the mask. Oh, thank God Diego's back up. How dare you, Austin?
What is it? Why does he keep interjecting himself here?
The match is over, Tom, and you know it.
Yeah, and he involved himself in the match to begin with.
Hey! Austin Aries is a despicable human being, disrespecting and desecrating everything around him with no conscience. But he's the new national champion. Austin Aries wins out over Lucha Libre.
Shotzi's locker. That's not like Shotzi's locker. Look at this garbage in here. The champ's locker room. The champions deserve a locker room. Look at this garbage.
What are you guys doing in here?
What's that?
What the hell?
What are you gonna do about it? We're taking this locker room for us.
Oh,
We're the
no!
champions.
Oh, fight me for it!
We'll fight you.
Don't touch that!
Don't touch this? Oh. What are you gonna do?
What the hell is that?
Well, Shotzi's not going to back down from a couple of bullies like the Skyscrapers. But riding in from parts unknown at 200 miles per hour, it's Zomaya next.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, Lily Ruiz.
Lily Ruiz making her MLW debut, calls herself La Pescadita, little fish, but Tom, Lily Ruiz is going to be in a very large pond in this particular matchup.
And her opponent, Zomaya!
We saw this force of nature debut in Major League Wrestling a number of weeks ago. This enigmatic, this ferocious, this overwhelming Zomaya.
Yeah, I loved what I saw of Zomaya. I have been thinking about it ever since we saw her debut, Joe. She is wild beyond belief, unbridled, and has a killer instinct that we have not seen in the MLW Women's Division in quite some time.
I tried to look up information on Zomaya to find out maybe who trained her, maybe, her athletic background, but I couldn't find much of anything. Zomaya doesn't want anybody to know what Zomaya doesn't want. Oh my God, what a spear! Spearing Fu Ruiz, and Zomaya would rather leave most left unsaid and all expressed.
Look at these cross faces, Joe. Sorry to cut you off, but look at these cross faces. I love it. Digging that forearm right into the little fish's face.
This form of physicality, Zomaya just absolutely overwhelming, dominating.
Lay in a few more of those, Zomaya. Let's see those fish lips on display.
And Lily Ruiz, a scrappy newcomer who's got a lot of heart.
The scrappiness isn't going to do it against Zomaya.
I mean, she's here for a reason. She's no pushover, but Zomaya is running away with this.
Running away is a good way to put it. She's a runaway train in there. She's brutalizing her.
Zomaya making a statement. This physically imposing presence. When Zomaya walks into a room, the mood changes. Everyone turns their head because they realize, the killer bomb. Zomaya emphatically wins.
Here is your winner, Zomaya!
Joe, I broke out the stopwatch for that one. Take a look. 1:32 seconds, Dombrowski. Zomaya does it again.
We've seen a lot of athletes come into the major league, make immediate statements, but not one as forceful as Zomaya.
You won't believe what those punks just did to me. They disrespected me. They disrespected you. I want their heads on skewers. I want you to rip out their spines and eat them for dinner. What do you say? Let's make a match. Let's beat those punks up. Yeah? Let's go. Come on.
Looks like Shotzi just unleashed a nightmare by the name of Mads Cruel Kruger onto the skyscrapers.
Good brothers. Nothing good about you. In fact, I'm sick and tired of you. We're the skyscrapers. We're bigger, we're badder, and we're done with you and your big stupid friend.
Skyscrapers, do you know you're messing with the Good Brothers, the greatest tag team in the world?
It has completely broken down!
We're gonna do everything that we can to make sure that your life is a living hell.
And Gallows up to the table!
It's a magic killer. A 1, 2, 3, and a just 2, sweet. And you're looking at the new MLW World Tag Team Champions.
Who's the dominant tag team in town? Templario was the very first man to hand Mystico a loss in a Major League Wrestling ring. With a milestone night like Fusion 200 at hand, will Templario make lightning strike twice? Templario and Místico go one-on-one next. Kruger finds a way to fight back.
I'm taking over MLW.
If you don't like it, it's your problem.
MLW, made different, fight different.
We are the world famous Good Brothers.
You're gonna be dealing with the Brood Dude.
MLW chooses Cicero Stadium could not think of a better place to celebrate such a milestone than with the enthusiastic Chicago crowd with us tonight. But the crowd was on the edge of their seats a few weeks ago when the recently returning to the Major League, Trevor Lee, went one-on-one with the one, the only Austin Aries. An incredible back-and-forth battle that led to both fighters receiving a best bout bonus for the night. But what's going to happen when Trevor Lee, fresh off of that momentum, will find himself back in deep waters? He's set to rumble with the rude dude himself, Matt Riddle, your main event next week here on Fusion. And from the silver screen to the squared circle, Golden Globe and Emmy Award-winning brawler Paul Walter Hauser will be in action. And with Atlanta hosting Fusion next week, we've been told there will be some interesting news on the rumored MLW Southern Crown Championship front. And Shotzi, fresh off of resurrecting Mads Cruel Kruger, looked as though she wanted to take on both skyscrapers herself tonight. Instead, it's going to be the monster Contra attempted to take out, back in action for the first time, and he is not in a good mood. That's still coming your way tonight.
Introducing first, from Cancun, Mexico, weighing in at 98 kilos, the Lion Warrior, Templario.
A clash of two of MLW's all-time great middleweight champions, of course. Templario, the most recent former middleweight champion until he was dethroned by Kushida and the newly re-energized Contra Unit, but Templario still able to remove that sword from the stone, symbolic that he can do the impossible. And tonight he does something, or attempts to, that no one else has done before in MLW but him.
And his opponent, from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 85 kilos, this is Místico!
A living legend, an idol to all those who follow Lucha Libre, adored like no other. Místico has sold more tickets than any other fighter in the world. And when you see the look on the faces of these fans, old and young, you can see exactly why.
For my money, Joe, and I am a betting man, over the past few years, Mystico has been the best wrestler on the planet.
It's a bold statement, but one I cannot argue with. Two former middleweight champions to fight it out, and Templario has had Místico in his sights for many, many months. Keep in mind, Templario, the only man to hold a victory over Místico here in Major League Wrestling in a tag team matchup. No one had defeated Místico in an MLW ring until Templario did it. And ever since then, Templario has been chasing down Místico for a one-on-one match to prove he can do it. Man versus man, Templario's got his chance tonight.
Mystico coming off of that huge Opera Cup win. As we said, a repeat performance, the first man in over 100 plus years to repeat as an Opera Cup winner.
Yeah, no one had done it back to back, but Místico made history in that regard. Templario wants a handshake. Místico, oh, wait a minute. Mind games by Templario. Nice arm drag takeover. Rapid fire offense from both sides, as you may expect. Templario looks energized. Templario looks focused. A lot of that is because he knows he can do the impossible. The metaphoric sword from the stone at this point is beating Místico. But it's also because he would love that middleweight title back. We know Templario has called out Kushida. Oh, and perhaps a win here could solidify a return match.
Well, I would think either man coming away with a victory would set them up to challenge Kushida, but they've got to worry about getting out of this match first off.
Breaking news we've just learned after what went down earlier. We can confirm a bonus match here at Fusion 200. The Skyscrapers were looking for a fight. They'll get one tonight. The resurrected Mads Kruger one-on-one with Bishop Dyer. Mystico able to push off. Both men looking to capitalize on the other's momentum, and Mystico hits Tijeras. Templario taken down.
Right back up on the attack.
Right back on the horse. Looking to out-quicken Mystico.
What you can do, I can do better. Tit for tat. Templario, Mystico.
To the outside, Tope Suicida. And Mystico rocked nearly all the way back to the locker room.
Yeah, Templario able to one-up Mystico there and land the dive, get ahead of him in that sequence. And now Templario is in control of this matchup.
Think about the headlines it would make for Templario to beat Mystico one-on-one. Think about the coverage from all over this world. Certainly all the news websites here in the United States, Lucha Libre Online, CMLL's office will hear about it. Everybody will take notice of Templario like never before. A low drop kick with intensity, with authority. 2 count only.
Yeah, getting a win over Mystico in a tag team match, fantastic. But doing it in a one-on-one situation, can you imagine the accolades that would come Templario's way? He's already been the world middleweight champion. And he could set himself up, as we said, for another shot at that. And even more opportunities with a big win over Mystico.
Templario playing mind games with Mystico. Looked like he was going to rip that mask for a moment, thought better of it. But all by design, certainly, in terms of getting inside the head of El Rey de Plata y Oro. Certainly, Tom, it must do so much for a fighter's confidence to have a goal. Wait a minute, Mystico went for that handspring. Templario caught him. That goal of defeating what was once the unbeatable. It's got to give you such a confidence. And I feel like we're seeing that in the body language of Templario.
Oh, absolutely. All it takes is one big win to set somebody's course on track. And you could either revive yourself, you could set yourself shooting through the stars with that one big win. Templario doesn't need that win to be a superstar. He already is.
No doubt about that. But there can only be one top dog in CMLL. And certainly just to see someone like Mystico here in MLW, someone responsible for so many sellouts in CMLL. I believe Arena Mexico sold 1 million tickets in 2025. I think about 95% or more of those you can attribute to Mystico.
And if you take a look around the ring, it's standing room only, Joe. People are on their feet in the crowd just watching Mystico and Templario go at it.
Templario focusing on the knee of Místico. May want to ground the legend. And certainly MLW and CMLL both riding a red-hot wave right now, and that alliance gives you some of the best fights you can find anywhere. Místico, compromised at this point. And at this point in time, all of the Opera Cups Mystico's won, all of the championships from the middleweight title to the world lightweight title in Mexico, the World Trios Championship. All of that legacy and lineage means nothing to Templario as he continues to apply the pressure.
Mystico may not be able to walk back to his trophy case at home with the way this match is heading.
And you can see just a bend in the torque on the knee across that bottom ring cable at a very awkward angle.
Yeah, and these fans here in Chicago are not going to be happy if the rest of this match is spent with Templario grounding Mystico and beating him down to a pulp on the mat like we're seeing right now.
And for Templario, it's something to prove. It's a mission to finish as Mystico hits face first off that unforgiving ring apron.
He looks to be unconscious.
Yeah, Místico got his head rocked. He may not know where he is. Templario could do this. Místico slides a shoulder. Místico's so great, Tom, at being instinctive. You may not realize he's still in the fight, but he pulls out something from way down deep.
Yeah, and you can see him working on that left leg, trying to will it back into action. But Templario, relentless. Oh, now he's going after the mask.
We saw Templario consider this earlier. Oh, look out! That mask essentially removed. Místico had to put it back on quickly. It's CMLL, that would be a disqualification, but just imagine the worldwide implications of Místico losing his mask of the most respected, the most heralded masked face in Lucha Libre of this era come to an end in an MLW ring.
It would change his career. It would be historic. We would witness history, which we're going to see anyways, but...
And it would change Templario's career, certainly. He would go down in history, maybe notoriously, but he would.
That's fine. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Well, maybe so. At all costs for Templario as he focuses back on the leg.
That concentrated attack.
And if Místico can't stand, he certainly can't fly, and he certainly can't snap up on Místico.
No, Místico, an upper body submission that's led into with the lower body, but Místico has enough to move out of the way, and perhaps that's all that he needed. Limping over to Templario to follow up.
Yeah, Místico planted his weight with the good leg to hit the Enzakiri. And Místico wants us to listen in. It will fracture skin. Místico with a blistering chop, and follow through with a crossbody. Where does he find it?
And this is exactly what Templario needed to avoid. He needed to avoid Místico getting momentum going, because once it starts, it doesn't stop.
Templario did damage, but by God, apparently not enough. Tiger Fin kick connects.
And you can feel the energy growing in the crowd, delivering it to Místico as he hits that beautiful Hurricane Rana and sends Templario to the floor.
That relationship, that connection to these people so often motivates Místico to do things thought impossible. Leads with the head and a tope suicida. These fans adore Místico. Can he keep the momentum going when we come back?
Welcome to the new beginning.
Booker finds a way to fight back.
I'm taking over MLW.
If you don't like it, it's your problem.
MLW, made different, fight different.
We are the world famous Good Brothers.
You're gonna be dealing with the rude dude.
MLW chooses violence.
Welcome back to Fusion 200. It's Místico one-on-one with the first man to defeat him in MLW, Templario. As Místico goes in for the cover. Kick out. And Templario almost scolding the official. I'm nowhere near done yet. So this traps him. Out of near fall.
He had the legs crossed there, creating extra pressure, making it harder for Templario to kick out.
Yeah, Místico went to cradle him in that Casadora, but not enough to keep Templario down. Tijeras stacks him up. Another near fall. Místico looking to avenge the one blemish on his Major League Wrestling record. Templario looking to show he can do the unthinkable again.
Místico drawing from the crowd.
Oh, face first. That may have been Místico's gets the shoulder up, but not a lot of luster on that escape.
Now, Mystico did a little prayer actually before he hit the ropes, but he needs to be praying to his gods right now that he has the stamina to continue on, because Templario is scaling up to the top.
Walking the ropes, and a missile drop kick. Templario gonna go down in history, no.
And Mystico barely kicked out, Joe. That was the weakest kick out we've seen in the match.
Yeah.
Does he have what it takes to continue on? Oh,
wait a minute.
He fooled me.
Templario, his eye off the ball. Templario was taking issue with referee Derek Martha, but he's doing nothing wrong. Templario getting frustrated, as we've seen so many times before, because Mystico will not die.
How can you not get frustrated? You throw everything that you have, everything in your arsenal, all your artillery, and this man just pops right back up.
Giri connects. Nowhere for Templario to go.
Now his head squished up against the back of those ropes, making sure that the kick catches him flush on the face.
Into the bucket wolf.
Another kick.
At a distance, Mystico takes advantage. Hits code red, and Templario kicks out. You will not see Lucha Libre like this anywhere else in this country, like you will in Major League Wrestling.
And there's got to be a little bit of doubt creeping in the mind of Mystico now, too, I would think.
Templario is bringing it in every sense of the word. Wheelbarrow suplex. Templario inching to the cover. Done. No. And again, that frustration. Templario came in focused on a mission. It feels like Mystico's rattled him. Could be brainbuster. Holds him up. No, Mystico counters. Inside cradle. Inside cradle. Oh, to kick out.
I thought he had him with that counter, Joe. Beautiful technique by Mystico, wrapping the leg while he had the head and shoulders pinned down to the mat.
And it goes to show you, no matter what position Mystico is in, you're not necessarily in the level of control that you think you may be. Mystico's dangerous from anywhere.
Yeah, we've seen him wrap up pinfalls from head scissors, from Hurricane Ranas, from leaping off the top. He could pin your shoulders to the mat with virtually any technique.
But it's rare it takes this long for Mystico to recalibrate. Daring Templario, meet me in the center of the ring. Give me your best shot.
Templario happy to oblige him.
Oh, these men are giving it everything they have. So much pride is at stake.
A back and forth mano-a-mano.
Both responding in kind to the other. Templario gets the jumping knee. Knee to the face. Mystico, baby, knocked out.
Does he have what it takes to make the pinfall? Oh, Templario.
He doesn't want to make the pinfall.
No, choosing to follow up instead. He's got him measured.
Handspring, standing moonsault. Will this do it? Mystico finds a way.
How does he do it time after time?
It's this type of resolve that has made an entire country fall in love with Mystico.
An entire country, an entire planet.
You got it. Over 1 million tickets in Arena Mexico. Countless adoring fans throughout the world. And Mystico meets Templario in a very dangerous predicament. Spanish Fly scores, but what does either luchador have left? We see Don Gato watching along, and certainly he nods with approval. Incredible Lucha Libre representation. Referee with the obligatory count. You'd hate to see it end in a draw. But these luchadors have given so much of themselves in this fight with neither backing down.
Can Can they reach their feet? Will either man make it up? Oh, both showing signs of life. And signs of fight, I should say.
It's Místico wagging his finger now. We saw Templario doing it earlier in the bout. Oh, Místico. Call it a second win, third, fourth, fifth, wherever we are now. But Místico, from way up high, leverages Templario down. And Templario can sense that pendulum shift. And so can Cicero Stadium. Místico connects with a tornado.
Can you believe what we're seeing out of these two men this late in the match, Joe? Back and forth for what has to be 15 minutes so far.
This is a fight, and this is a fight that both these luchadors have anticipated for over a year now, and they're holding nothing back! MLW bringing you the top luchadors in the world! Dream fights in front of an adoring crowd, chanting Este Lucha! And the fight will continue in the entranceway. This is not the sweet science of Lucha Libre as we're accustomed to. This is pride. This is who wants and gets the home turf. This is who wants a potential middleweight title match.
It may not be what we're accustomed to out of Lucha, but it's a sweet science nonetheless, watching these two go back and forth with strikes, aerial maneuvers, and now Templario's got Místico up.
Straight up overpowered Místico. He's gonna get him. Templario, no. Templario shaking his head in disbelief.
Desperation on the mask of Templario.
These two were destined for one another for so long. After Templario beat Místico, it was Místico's shoulder injury that delayed this matchup. Then as Templario won the middleweight title, it was Místico and Opera Cup. Now, these two paths converge again in violent fashion as they trade power slams. And as red hot as this action is, can you believe it's not even the main event? Matt Kruger, Bishop Dyer still ahead. These luchadors have chosen violence, and they've brought everything they have for this fight. Místico's on top. Místico hooks the leg. Templario slides a shoulder. At this point, there's so much professionally and personally on the line, Tom. What is it going to take to stop either of these men?
They may have to incapacitate them for a 10 count. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep their shoulders down. Each man keeps kicking out on what seems to be only instinct, if you ask me.
Místico climbing to the top. Then all the feet of Templario.
Could that be it?
Místico never saw it coming. He beats it. No. And again, what was a calm and cool Templario now showing doubt, frustration, impatience with every consecutive Místico kick out.
Maybe Templario feels this is his shot, this is his time.
This could be a kill shot for Templario. No, Místico out of harm's way. Head of steam.
Right on top of his head, Templario driven to the mat with a destroyer.
But Místico's not moving. Was that the last bastion of strength?
He's barely moving. Templario's spasming from the pile driver. What is it going to take for one of these men to walk away the victor?
What a battle here. Místico stacks him up. No. Místico up.
Oh, he went for the Lamont. He's strong.
Yeah.
Templario with one of his own. Is he going to put him away?
ready? Templario! Oh, got a near fall. So often called La Casita in Lucha Libre lore, but Templario and Místico both using it against one another. It does not pay off. It does not score big. And again, I'll check this out. What does Templario have left? Místico, look at her, shut him down.
What does Místico have left?
Místico has La Mística. He taps, Templario taps.
Here is your winner by submission, Místico!
Templario worked so hard to take out the knee, to take out the equilibrium, to take out the weaponry in Místico's arsenal. But somehow, El Rey de Plata y Oro persevered, and these fans are in awe of their hero, who rises to the occasion in grand fashion once again.
Seemingly every single time this man grasps victory from the hands of defeat, the legend of Lucha Libre, Místico, walks away the winner.
Don Gato, por los triunfos, hoy y siempre. Cheers.
Salud, mi gente! Cheers to another Místico victory! Cheers to 200 episodes of Fusion as we send it to MLW Insider, Rich Bocchini.
MLW owner Court Bauer has officially stepped in to handle day-to-day operations following the disappearance of MLW President Cesar Duran, whom Contra claims they eliminated. And with Bauer calling the shots, that now includes championship business. I'm told reigning MLW World Champion Killer Kross has made it clear he wants to take this title worldwide, defending it against the top-ranked contenders from every region on the map. Sources are telling me there are active discussions with promoters in India, Romania, and Australia to bring MLW World Championship fights to their shores. Kross is in massive demand, and the boss appears ready to make it happen. As soon as we have more, you'll hear it here first. Joe, Tom, back to you.
What happened to Alexander Hammerstone?
What did all those years get me? What did all my sacrifice get me? What did all giving my all to this company get me?
At one time, he was the symbol of excellence, a double champion. And then, he was gone.
Because for the last couple months, I have felt a lot of things. I have felt a lot of frustration, and I have felt a lot of anger. But tonight, I feel one thing, that is grateful.
During that absence, something changed. Hammer became bitter and brought this new need for vengeance back with him to MLW.
Everyone's afraid to admit the truth. It's just a bunch of politics. It's just a bunch of lies.
Now his sights are set on one thing.
I deserve the championship, so I am taking this into my own hands.
One thing is clear. Alexander Hammerstone is ready to destroy. Again.
It's time that everybody around here remembers who the Alpha is.
As monumental as tonight's Fusion 200 is, we are not slowing down anytime soon, as we're already beginning to set our sights on one of the signature events MLW presents each and every year. Let the countdown begin. 8 weeks from now to MLW presents Blood and Thunder. But as for right now, it's time for the main event.
The following fight is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first from Kansas City, weighing in at 285 pounds, co-holder of the MLW World Tag Team Championship, one half of the Skyscrapers, the Nomad, Bishop Dyer.
Well, there's no question. The dominance the Skyscrapers have shown as reigning MLW World Tag Team Champions 6'8", former NFL star and jiu-jitsu champion, is somebody that is a lethal force in any environment.
Football star, jiu-jitsu champion, boxer, championship wrestler. Man can do it all.
But there may be hell to pay.
And his opponent, accompanied to the ring by the MLW Women's World Champion, Shotzi Blackheart, standing 7 feet tall, Mads Cruel Kruger.
Well, Shotzi went monster hunting, and look what she brought back with her. Mads Cruel Kruger is here, and he is furious for the disrespect Dyer showed Shotzi. And Bishop Dyer may have to pay in a physical fashion for those misdeeds.
This wasn't quite what I expected when I asked Shotzi what was next after she won the title, Joe. I had no clue what she meant by monster hunting, but boy, did she ever find a monster.
A new Mads Cruel Kruger, one that is not following the marching orders of Contra. It was back in December that Kruger declined his new Contra mission. Instead, he chose to focus on retaining the MLW World Title. This is the first time we've seen him since Contra's mysterious serpent unleashed a savage attack on the near 7-footer months ago. But who knows what we're gonna get out of a vengeful Kruger who's no doubt got a hit list. Welcome back to MLW Fusion. There's obviously a bond that is formed between Kruger and Shotzi that is unlike anything else we've seen from Kruger, as he seems to show concern for another human for the very first time. But certainly no concern, no love lost for Bishop Dyer, as Kruger, a man on his own, carrying out his own mission on his own free will. But Dyer looking to overpower Kruger.
And these two giants now out on the floor battling it in front of the fans. Which man is going to prove their supremacy?
Shotzi cheering on Mads Cruel Kruger. It was Shotzi that went monster hunting in the swampland, found Kruger, brought him back from what was supposed to be a long and permanent rest.
Yeah, hibernation. That was a deep sleep at the hands of Contra. This man, last time we saw him was stuffed in a body bag, Joe. I don't think we'd see him again.
I didn't either. But you gotta wonder.
I'm sure Bishop Dyer hoped he'd never see him again.
Wonder what that means for Kruger in the throes of battle. He's not listening to someone else. He's not coordinating with anyone else. Kruger is acting on his own free will and volition for the first time in history that we've seen. Shut up!
Bishop Dyer taking his eye off the prize, arguing with Shotzi as he's been doing for a good portion of this match, but still able to maintain control.
Dyer obviously doesn't respect much of anybody. That Death Valley driver, that could do it. No. A quick kick out.
A kick out at one. We've seen Bishop Dyer put people away with that very move.
And you can see it only served to piss off Dyer. Those 12-6 elbows. And right back to Shotzi.
There's a reason those elbows were outlawed in mixed martial arts for years. That is a vicious technique coming down at that angle.
Shotzi shouting words of encouragement to Kruger, whose return to the major league ring has been quelled, at least for the time being, by Dyer, who's got Kruger against the ropes literally and raining down with those elbow shots. Any one of those would knock a normal human being out. The IBJJF Pan Jiu-Jitsu champion Three-time regional Golden Gloves champion is Dyer. We know he's very, very adept with his hands.
Yeah.
Dyer and Dijak are all about dominance. They don't believe anybody can hold a candle to what they can do. Singles, tag, it doesn't matter the environment. Dyer has Kruger in dire straits. Charging with a clothesline. That's 6'8", nearly 300 pounds behind it.
And that is 6'8", 300 pounds of an athlete, an NFL-trained athlete, a man who's punched other people out. He's submitted them. Oh!
Hey, pie-face Shotzi. She's not in this match. You got your props in the ring, Dyer. That's not called for. I don't care who you are. And Kruger. I think Kruger saw that. And Kruger is one pissed-off monster.
That's all it took from Bishop Dyer to set Mads Kruger off.
And you see Shotzi's attitude changes now. Kruger maybe going for scorched earth, but Dyer sensed the danger. A desperation elbows frantically. I think Dyer, if he's lucky, he's realized now that he's awoken this beast, this monster, this atrocity, and he better do something quick.
Wait, well, I don't know if this is what he wants. I don't know what he's thinking here. He's grabbing a hold of the belt.
Wait,
what is going on over the...
That's a spike. That looks like the same spike that Contra used to knock out Kruger into the body bag. And Dyer's got the tag title. And Kruger fights free in a DDT on the title belt. The DDT, and Kruger has pinned one half the tag champions.
Here is your winner, Mads Kruger.
Hey, what is Dijak doing?
The other
Get
half
him out of here.
Of the skyscrapers, Donovan Dijak pounced the moment he saw his partner in danger.
Dijak is not supposed to be here. Let's get security out here. Oh no.
Shotzi won't back down, but maybe she should. Get out of there, Shotzi. Dijak beating the hell out of Kruger. God's sakes. They don't care if it's Shotzi or security or who it is. Kruger is their target.
Shotzi's had enough.
Shotzi is fearless. Shotzi's always ready to fight, but that may be her demise.
Hey, whoa.
Dijak's got zip ties.
Where's the security? You've done enough. What is... Hey, that's uncalled for. That's uncalled for.
The only one that's standing by Kruger's side is down and hurt.
Oh, no, Joe, no.
Somebody's got to get Shotzi out of here. Shotzi won't leave on her own volition.
Shotzi, run. Shotzi, get... Oh.
Come on. No. Shotzi's tough as hell. She's the ballsy badass.
She doesn't fear anything.
But Shotzi oversteps her bounds. These couple of 6'8" skyscrapers, and Kruger rips through the zip ties.
The monster has emerged.
Thank God he did it. Wait a minute. Anderson, Gallo, the Good Brothers, and they're picking up where they left off with the tag team champions.
From Charleston to Chicago, and who knows after this?
Kruger disposes of Dijak. And who would have ever thought we'd see these four standing tall in the same ring? Shotzi, her well-being was in serious danger, but she never backed down. She never ran away. She was always stepping up to fight. And when she needed, Kruger had her back. Gallows and Anderson.
Gallows looked like he said he had an idea, but what an idea the Good Brother had. has.
You recognize that, Tom.
Oh, I do. I'm not 20 shots deep this time, but that's Don Gato, the world's finest tequila, Joe.
And apparently, a toast, baby, a celebration.
I don't know.
Gallows offering him Don Gato tequila in a sign of solidarity.
Oh!
And apparently, a new friendship has been forged over Don Gato. Imagine what it's going to be like in Chicago tonight as these four celebrate. The masked Merc, the ballsy badass, and the Good Brothers raising arms and tequila. It looks like they chose violence, and that's bad news for the Skyscrapers and CONTRA Unit.